because I knew the defense would use the playbook, and typically what they do is they start off by trying to minimize the impact. I'm Mark Cunningham, and I'm a partner in the firm of Cunningham and Sherman. I worked as an insurance defense lawyer for most of my career. So what that means is I have a unique defense background that has been instrumental in helping the firm prosecute serious injury cases because I know how the defense thinks. They tend to use the same playbook, and the playbook basically is three defenses. The plaintiff has a pre-existing condition that's unrelated to what the claim is in the case, or the plaintiff is simply faking, or the third one is that the plaintiff gets in the hands of overly aggressive doctors and they recommend treatment that's not reasonably necessary. So these are all major challenges that I was faced with to try to maximize the value of her case and defeat the defense arguments that I knew would be made. Colleen was in a pretty terrible traffic collision, so I knew going into a trial that I would need to have strong witnesses to show that the accident was a major accident and that the injury potential to the spine was significant. I had an expert out of Texas who was a professor and had never done expert work before. What was really important in this case is this expert had analyzed this particular artificial disc and the components of that disc, including the plastics. I asked her if she would look at this case and the metals and tell me if this artificial disc would wear out over time just because of the way the neck moves. And she was fabulous, and she testified that yes, these metals only have limited properties and limited expectancies of longevity, and that in her opinion the artificial disc would wear out and would need to be replaced in Colleen's lifetime. So she was a very strong witness. I had reached out to DK Global because of their reputation in providing very strong visuals for trial. DK did something really interesting where they took a picture of Colleen, made a graphic of her that looked like her, so that the jury would be able to associate how the neck moved, how it was injured, and the dynamics of this crash on the spine. So I thought that was pretty clever for them to do that. And then they helped me with the arguments that I figured the defense would make, and we had graphics showing how I was going to defeat those arguments. So after the defense got DK's presentation, and I had nothing to hide because I had a very strong case, the defense attorney approached me before we were going to get assigned out to another courtroom and said, let's mediate the case. I think he was very concerned based on how I was going to present the case and how I was going to diffuse the defense arguments. So he asked us to go to mediation, which we did, and it ended up settling the case. I was extremely pleased with how responsive DK was, easy to work with, and I would not hesitate to use them again on a serious injury case.